Press pause, put the controller down. It's time to talk about the gaming industry. How beautiful. My name is CJ.
You want to do that one again?
Nope.
We're just going to keep rolling with it? Okay. All right.
Keep rolling. We're good.
Yeah, and I'm Andrew, by the way.
Yes, you indeed are. This is episode 42 of Press Pause, a gaming podcast. How are you, my friend?
I'm all right. Was it what I said right before that threw you off, or are you just stuck in a holding pattern?
Yeah, I was pretty much stuck in a holding pattern. I was in the zone, as they say. I was in the zone. No, I'm pretty tired. It's been a very busy week. Yesterday, I did a bunch of raking. We trimmed the hedges outside.
Oh yeah.
Did a 6 or 7 kilometer walk, and of course yesterday it was like 90 degrees, so it was really really warm. Also had chiropractor, and I'm just kind of sore, and then on top of all that, allergies are flaring up because it's that's starting, which is great. So I'm just kind of tired, but I'm very energized because we have a lot to talk about on today's show.
Yes,
and we do. We launched Wrestling Renaissance's new intro earlier today, so I'm stoked about that. It looks really cool.
Thing that I animated like 3 months ago.
Yep. Aggro provided us a musical intro that we paired alongside that, so it's finally. I'm
gonna go here. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna look that up, and you're gonna get my live reaction of it.
Do it
on this show. So
I mean, I feel like you've seen it.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it with the music and the lead into.
Okay, all together. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. It worked out pretty well. I really like it.
Yeah.
It all kind of syncs up really well. So yeah. Big shout out to Aggro for that musical intro. Big shout out to Andrew Ninjas for the video portion of the intro. Yeah, it looks great. Looks awesome. I love that we keep expanding the production value of the show. It's fun.
Yeah, you love it so much that you asked me like 20 minutes before we started recording, hey, could you whip up a graphic real quick? And I'm like, not if you want it to look good. and have it on this show.
I'm really bad at getting ideas like at the last second. It always hits me because I was like, oh, we have a letter this week. Oh shit, I don't have a view screen logo for letter time. And then I was like, oh, you know what would be perfect? Oh, but it's only we only got like 10 minutes, so it's not enough time.
Yeah.
So we'll have updated
it'll be ready
screen.
For next week.
Yeah, hopefully we have a letter next week. We can debut it there. I'm hoping to have all of the view screen stuff updated for next week. So, but yeah, let's get on to some housekeeping. As always, we are on Spotify. If you want the audio only edition of the show, check out Spotify. The link is in the description. As a reminder, we are also on YouTube Music now. Thanks to YouTube's algorithmic, whatever you want to call it, doing that automatically for us. If you want to join the Co-op Club Discord community server, the link is in the description. There's a 30-second application process. Honestly, it could take you less than that, like 5 seconds if you're quick. Join the community. We're all talking in there. We talk about the show. We talk about games. We talk about wrestling. It's good times. Let's get into what we're playing, and you don't have any big update this week from what I understand.
No, I was hoping to have finished with Stalker 2, but then my right arm started going weird. It started to get numb and tingly in the fingers, like in the tips,
the left one?
And then it went through the right one.
Okay, all right, that's good. You don't want it to happen in the left one.
Why? What's wrong with the left one?
Because that's the first sign of a heart attack.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, when your left arm goes numb and tingly, you should pretty much instantly call 911.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe,
Good to
or
know.
actually, you should probably take is it an Advil or an
I
Aleve?
don't
I
know,
don't
but
know.
I should probably also know that.
Yeah, there's
But
a
anyway, so
medication. Yeah.
yeah, so it went anyway. So it started in my fingertips, then all my fingers, then the hand, and then up to the elbow. And it's not like extremely
That's not
numb or
good.
tingly. It's just it starts to kind of get that way, just a little bit. And it happens if my arm, or it can happen if my arm is in any position other than straight down. So I haven't been playing games as much, especially Stalker, because I play at mouse and keyboard, so my
Yeah, that's not a
my
good
right
thing.
arm is pretty
Yeah.
much in the same position the whole time. So I've been playing it. I have been playing it, but I've been playing it in smaller chunks. Um, so
Mm-mm-mm.
my hope was to clean up all of the unfound item stashes and then go to the point of no return. And so far, I've only got through most of the item stashes now because of the delay. So I
The
now have
delay.
no
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
timetable on that. I don't know if this is going to get better or worse. I wake up in the morning and it's kind of tingly. Don't know what's going on, but
Yeah, tendonitis maybe.
hopefully it will clear up. Maybe
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be tendonitis, could be repetitive strain injury, could be a pinched nerve, could be a lot of things. Um,
yeah,
so
yeah.
provided it doesn't get worse, I'm just gonna wait and see how it goes. But obviously, when you play video games to talk about on a show about video games, it kind of slows everything down. So that's that.
Indeed.
But what about you? What have you been playing?
Well, I think I can make up for both of us. I've quite a
Oh,
bit
okay.
to talk about this week. So first off, I beat South of Midnight. It's over.
All right.
So I have my sort of final thoughts on that game, and they haven't changed. They have not
Oh,
changed from
it's
previous
it's a
weeks.
solid. Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to put a number on it. If I'm generous, I'd say a 7. If I'm honest with myself, I'd
Yeah.
say a 6. Um,
Yeah. What
it's
would you rate
like,
it if it had come out as a PS2 game, just out of curiosity?
oh, probably like a
Like, would it
9.
at least have been a
Yeah,
good one?
it's
Oh, okay. So it's
yeah,
it's so it's just like a game that's out of its time. Would have been good at one point,
yeah,
but the standard
it's
has changed. Okay.
from a gameplay standpoint, it's just old. It's just not. It's shallow. Um, and for all the other reasons that I stated last week, the just the lack of variety in the gameplay just lags
Mm-hmm.
on you. You know, um, I wish there was a little bit more depth in the upgrade system.
How
I
big is
wish there
that
was a little bit
team?
more compulsion. Let's
Yeah.
look up
Like just
compulsion
eyeballing it from the
games
credits, what would you
team.
say? Like, was it a lot of people or just a few or what?
As of 2021, they had 80, but they've grown since then, so they're probably somewhere between 90 and 100 is my guess. So they're not a huge team.
Okay. Not a
Yeah,
well, that's a lot of people for a video game, but then by the standards of modern game development and what people expect out of modern games,
yeah,
yeah, I can see that
yeah.
being a limiting number. So maybe it was just that they don't have like 5 satellite studios helping them on shit and
No,
stuff like that.
yeah. It's very obvious that the budget went into the visuals and the music.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it, and I actually thought it had a pretty decent ending, which is pretty rare for video games.
Okay.
Most of the time you're like, that's what I expected, but it kind of has I would say it's a
Or
twist,
sequel bait or
but it's like,
something.
yeah, no sequel bait, nothing like that. It was an ending, and it just it bucked what I thought the cliche was going to be, and it wasn't that. So I did enjoy that. I'm glad I finished it so that I could see that part, but
Okay.
not a game I would replay. So I'm
Not all of them have to be, although it is disappointing that it. The best thing about it is the way it looks.
yeah, it's very 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 beautiful looking, and the music in it is fantastic. It's brilliant. Just wish the gameplay had matched it. It just doesn't. It doesn't evolve enough. It doesn't change enough. It's very old feeling. I compared this game to Kena, Bridge of Spirits. I definitely would prefer Kena Bridge of Spirits over this, 100% of the time. So, still would recommend playing it if if you've got Game Pass, try it out, see if it's your cup of tea.
Yeah.
If not, I probably would not recommend buying it at full price. I'd wait for a sale for sure, but definitely better than their previous game. I can tell you that. But I was a little underwhelmed. Okay, so that's all I really have to say on South of Midnight at this point. It's a great PS2 game. that's where we stand. Disco Elysium. I have given up on Disco. So I remember now why I dropped it, and maybe you can clarify if it was the right decision or not. But the game suddenly dips heavily into politics and a trade war and unions and lots of lore of world building, which normally I like, but when it's that type of story of like politics and unions and workers' comp and like I'm just kind of, my mind eventually just checks out on that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Did you start talking to the woman by the boat? Is that where this came in?
In the boat, yeah. That's where this came in. I was like, oh,
there's a huge exposition dump there.
Yeah, that was a really bad pacing decision on their part.
It was weird why they selected wasn't specifically this one character to.
Yeah, it's not what did it in for me last time. I think what did it in for me last time was starting to talk to all the people that were in the strike area. I was like one by one. I'm like, okay, where's this going? And eventually, it kind of lost me. And then in this time, I hadn't even talked to any of the strike people yet. I actually explored a whole area of the city that I didn't explore the first time. Like, I didn't know there was a dock down there and like a bookstore and a bunch of other stuff. I hadn't even got that far last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was just like, you know what? I know what's up in this direction. I'm going to go the other direction and see what's down there. And then I was like, wait, this is cool. And then when I started talking to her, I'm like, oh my God, kill me. I'm like, if I have to take a class in, and all in learning about all this company stuff and union stuff and all this stuff, I'm like, I think I'd rather just learn about it in real life than
it's honestly mostly just flavor stuff.
Yeah, I want to like it, but I also know my limitations, and I know,
Yeah,
I know at a certain point that I needed to check out. There's not enough time in the day to spend it on things that you're not digging. I do see the absolute brilliance of the game. It's very obvious, and I highly recommend everyone check it out to see if it's your cup of tea. But I don't think it's mine, unfortunately, which sucks because it starts off really strong, and that first starting area just really starts strong for me, and then it just kind of falls apart. So,
I mean, it almost did the same thing for me, so I can, I can totally see because the same thing almost happened to me where it was just like, it was so talky and I was just kind of, I just wasn't getting hooked until I found the point in the investigation where I was like, oh, this is interesting. Now it's got me. But I can see why that would happen. It's a very dry, like in terms of gameplay, it's very dry and boring. In terms of story, it's incredibly rich and interesting. But if it's not keeping up with the gameplay and it's kind of overloading you with the story, I can 100% see why someone would check out. That's fine. That's totally fair, totally reasonable.
Yep. It sucks because like I'm a huge detective like mystery fan. I love that stuff. But as soon as it went in that direction, I was like, I do really want to play another great detective type game. Like I'm a huge fan of LA Noire. I loved that game. I'm not sure how well it stands up today, but at the time I really loved it. And there's just not enough detective type games, At least not good ones.
Well, yeah. I mean, who knows? There's that Carmen Sandiego game coming out. I mean, it's a little juvenile because
It's already
Carmen
out.
Sandiego is targeted at kids. Oh, it's already out? Oh, well then. But I remember, those always being kind of fun. They're pretty straightforward for an adult, but it's the reason I like Carmen Sandiego so much is because it's the kind of game that manages to sneak education in under legitimately good gameplay. It's basically the standard by which edutainment games should be. Actually educational and entertaining, and not just like a fucking pop quiz with Mario characters on the screen.
Yeah, yes, exactly. No, 100% agree.
But yeah,
100%
like a Carmen Sandiego for adults. That'd be really fun.
Yeah. I did try that Murdered Soul Suspect game. That one was interesting. It eventually lost me just because it was dry. Yeah, it's fairly old. Yeah. But yeah, there's just not enough detective games, and I feel like we need a Batman game that has more detective-like stuff in it. That's what he is. He's
I think
that's what he does.
I think they're probably a hard sell because you're talking about creating a very near it's the same problem you ran into with Disco Elysium. You're gonna have a lot of people bounce off because it's gonna
it's very talky.
It's very talky and it's not very actiony. There's definitely an audience for that.
Yeah, I got really hooked on Escape Room Simulator. I think it's just called Escape Simulator. I'm not really sure, but I love escape rooms. I'm a huge fan of escape rooms. So they need to figure out a way to tie in that.
Yeah, maybe you should try the Famicom Detective Club games. They had a new one a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean, I really did like the Ace Attorney games until they got into the spirit, not spiritual,
they got kind of
stuff. Yeah, they went off the rails a little bit for me, but up until that point, I really liked them.
There's the remake of Shadowgate from a few years ago. You play that?
Yeah, I never played Shadowgate. Yeah.
Oh, well, then the remake is the way I would recommend doing it because it is far less... if you played on... The thing about the Shadowgate remake is that it has different difficulty modes, and they actually add or remove complex puzzles from the game depending on the difficulty you've selected. So the game is it's not just, you have less time to solve the game. It's no, we took the hard puzzles out. Also, you have less time to finish the game if you play on hard mode. But that's just an added thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love an open-ended type of game where you're a detective. That would be really cool. That would be, or a randomly generated, a procedurally generated criminal detective type game. That would be interesting if they could pull that off.
Detective roguelike.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm not sure how easy it would be to program that in and have everything actually make sense, but
literally Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Detective Pikachu Mystery Dungeon. There it is.
There it is. Yeah. I like it. I'm surprised they kind of dropped that series, actually. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so that's Disco. I'm done with Disco, unfortunately, but there it is. Next up, I played a game that we've talked about before on this show, Metal Eden. I played the demo for Metal Eden.
Yeah.
We didn't really know what to make of the game. The footage that we saw in that trailer was a lot of pop and circumstance, and stylistically it looked really cool, but we really weren't sure what type of game it was. Well, now I know what type of game it was because we were is it Ghost Runner or what is it like? Well, I can tell you what it's like. It's like Doom, modern Doom.
Okay.
Like Doom or Doom Eternal. So, you're exploring a world. The demo that I played was fairly linear, so I don't know how wide open the game ends up being. But Doom's not really expansive in that way. It's pretty linear.
No, I mean it's linear in that there's a beginning and an end of a level, and you can't just go any which way around it. But there's
yeah.
it's not like a corridor that you go down. It's not like just a series of set pieces. It's like going around, backtracking after you get a key to open a door that you passed before because you couldn't open that because you needed the key. And there's like secret areas and stuff. So it's it's a reasonably intricate series of levels that do have a defined beginning and end. So it's not
I'm not sure.
linear.
Yeah, what I played was super linear, but again, it was just a demo, so it was, who knows how open the game ends up being, but it basically plays like Doom, but in this like sci-fi futuristic kind of thing.
You mean like Doom?
So you no, more like more like, what would I
mean, you're on
compare it to?
fucking
It's
Mars
so
in
weird.
Doom. That's pretty sci-fi and futuristic.
Yeah, but Doom always felt to me like a little rugged, less futuristic and less, like more rustic, kind of a futuristic.
Well, it's definitely
this is more
not a very clean
cyberpunkish
game. Okay.
Yeah, not clean. Yeah, this is more cyberpunkish, very clean, but lots of silver, lots of steel.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's you have a double jump, you have a float jump, so like almost like a temporary jetpack that gets you up higher or over longer distances. You have a dodge.
Princess
You
Peach
can wall
kind of
run.
hover.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You have a melee attack, and the idea is that all the enemies are weak against different things. Some of them have armor on, and there's this move. What is it? I think it's like core extraction or something like that, or like loot core, and you can telekinetically like pull out the core of these robots and creatures out of them, which instantly kills them, and then you can use that core to either throw it towards another enemy and it explodes, or you can absorb the core and it gives you like a super punch that you can use to destroy another enemy's armor to make them weak, and then you can shoot them with your gun. And it's basically just this constant dance that you have to do all of these things, and there's a cooldown on the core pull, so you can't just spam, one shot kill everybody.
Sure.
And there's power ups, there's armor, there's health. Sometimes you can find a cooldown pickup that will reset your cooldown for the core grab. Yeah, it's kind of slick. I was kind of enjoying it.
It sounds good.
It's got like the booster pads that will like send you flying, and you can't sit still, just like in Doom. You got to keep moving and keep your head on a swivel. It was pretty good. Story wise, I didn't really give two craps, but I mean, I don't think anyone really gave two craps about the story in Doom either. So it's all about the gameplay, right?
Not all that much.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's weird. So I used two guns. So the gun that you start with is basically a machine gun. It's like an assault rifle. But it doesn't. You can't reload it. It has unlimited ammo, but it like when your clip empties, it takes about I'd say like 3 to 5 seconds to reload it. Like it just reloads over time. It's like powers back up, boots back up. And then I also used like a Magnum type of pistol, which does have ammo that you have to collect. And you do reload that normally.
Let me ask you, when this gun is reloading itself, can you interrupt the reload for whatever it's filled, or does it have to fill up to max before you can fire it again? Okay.
Has to fill up. Yeah. It has to recharge to
full.
So it's
like an overheat cooldown.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I don't know. So if you were to stop firing before it gets to 0, you can still fire it once it starts going back up again. But if you do, then it stops powering back up and it starts going back down again. So you can kind of balance it out that way if you really want to. But the burst of shots is not long. It's like maybe like, and that's it. And then it's at 0. So it's pretty quick. So you gotta be on point with your shots. So yeah, it's basically like you're exploring, you're jumping, you're doing double jumps, you're wall running, you're doing some parkour type stuff. You enter into an arena, just like in Doom. You have to kill all the enemies before you can move on, which is not really like Doom, I guess. I guess in some instances it is, but yeah, you have to kill like usually like a few waves of enemies that appear. There's always these like little dog creatures that will unlimited spawn back in as you kill them, and I think that's so that you have like an unlimited source of cores to use against the bigger baddies. So your focus should be on the bigger baddies, and the little annoying dogs are there to kind of give you those cores when you need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I'm kind of curious what it's going to review like when it comes out. But I had a good time with it. So I would recommend checking out the demo. I think the demo is on Steam and Xbox currently. So I would recommend checking out the demo. Mm-hmm. And then finally, I went back to Valheim. Couldn't resist. I couldn't do it. I went back to Valheim. I played with friend of the show, Aggro Khan, the one who we mentioned earlier, who made the musical intro for us for Wrestling Renaissance. And man, they've updated the crap out of that game. And it just feels more punchy. It just feels better. There's so many more options. And then obviously there's a whole new land. There's like traders now. It's significantly bigger. Having a blast. So enjoying that as well. But that's about it. All right. What do we got next? Let's see. Oh,
I was hoping that you were going to say that you got Clair Obscur, because I want to hear about that game, but I guess not.
I do have Clair Obscur. It's on Game Pass, but I have not played it yet because I've been playing all this other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next week.
Plus, there's something else I've been playing, which we'll talk about later in the show, because it's also on Game Pass. Yeah, lots of stuff coming out right now. We're kind of in the midst of a Game Pass game-a-thon, so there's lots to play. Mm-hmm. All right. Andrew, do you know what time it is?
Well, I would hazard a guess, based on what you asked me earlier, that it is letter time.
It's letter time! It's letter time!
Oh, man, you really do need me to come up with something better than that.
Hey, I came up with this in like 4 minutes, so...
I know. But you didn't even bother to put an outline or a drop shadow? Come on, man.
Nope. I was like, just get something in there. It doesn't matter.
You know what you should have done is you should have gone all the way for crap and just like written it in MS Paint by hand. Have like a backwards letter in there somewhere, like a little kid.
Yeah. I'm redoing all of these. I'm not a fan. I like the view screen one though. That's the only one I do like, but I'm gonna make it better. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it is letter time. Sim31, who's in the chat right now, watching us live, writes in. I really liked this letter. This is cool. How do you all feel since the inception of Good Old Games Preservation Program? Its main goal is to ensure that old classic games remain playable on modern systems for gamers to relive and enjoy again, even after developers stopped supporting the games. One good example is the popular Breath of Fire 4 that was originally on PlayStation 1, just released today as of this writing, on Good Old Games with enormous positive feedback from the masses, amongst other games, which we will talk about in the news. What classic game that has or just has absolutely major problems, or maybe does not work at all on modern operating systems, or perhaps maybe you would want on a console or handheld also, what would you add to the Good Old Games program? What game would you put in there? Now I can help us out a little bit here.
I probably would have started. I would have started with Breath of Fire 2 personally, because I think that's the best one of them all. Breath of Fire 4 it's not bad, but 2 is better.
I think Breath of Fire 2 is on Nintendo Online. Pretty sure.
Oh, is it? Okay. I know that it was on the Virtual Console. And I know that Breath of Fire 1
I'm pretty sure
is there.
1 and 2.
I don't remember about Breath of Fire 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breath of Fire 2 is
I could be wrong on
good
2.
game.
I know at least one of them is on Nintendo Online.
Yeah, one is definitely there.
Yeah. I have so Good Old Games has I guess what they call a most requested list for games to be added to the program so that they can focus on what people want to be added to the program. These are the top 5 games that are currently demanded to be added to the preservation program. Let's see what we think of these. So at number 5 is Command & Conquer, the Ultimate Collection, which I think is like the original Command & Conquer through like Red Alert 2 or something like that. It's all the classics. Black and White 2, which I never played.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2, the original, not the remake. Which I'm not sure why that one is so high when the remake is apparently as good as it is, but sure.
Well, people want to have the original.
Freelancer.
Well.
Sure. Freelancer's amazing. I freaking love Freelancer. At number 1, you might be surprised at Black and White 1.
No, I'm not surprised by that. I'd love to play Black and White 1 again.
No? Yeah.
It has its flaws, sure, but like most of Peter Molyneux's games, there's more good than bad, even if it doesn't deliver on everything he promised.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I loved Black and White 1. I think it was really cool. Other games on the list include Silent Hill, No One Lives Forever, Max Payne.
Yeah, that one has been. No One Lives Forever has been tied up in legal shenanigans for fucking years because they don't know who all owns the rights to everything. Night Dive has been trying that one. Like Stephen Kick, who is the head honcho at Night Dive, he's addressed that before. He's been like, we're trying to figure it all out. We're trying to get it all done, but this one's tough. Well, here's.
I wonder if Good Old Games needs the permission
of
these companies.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's already on their service, I don't know if they'd need additional permission for the preservation program. But like to get it on the service, absolutely. So, I actually have a list here of old games from my childhood. It's actually the games. It's a folder of classic DOS games that I've maintained over the course of the last 20 years or so. And there's a bunch in here. So, like, there's Leisure Suit Larry, which is not to everyone's taste, but I found it funny. There's also the King's Quest and Space Quest games. Those are actually the Space Quest games are at least pretty well taken care of. There's a version on Steam that's I think got some kind of built-in launcher for them that takes care of all that. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Icebreaker. This was a game that was also on the 3DO. You had like a bunch of pyramids that you would move around and you would try to shatter the glass ones while trying to avoid the ones that killed you and avoid the ones that moved and attacked you. That was a game I really liked. Have not been able to get it to work because it's like a Windows game. If it was a DOS game, it would just be a matter of DOSBox. But this is a Windows 95 game. So it's like, let me look at the system requirements right now. Let's see, where is that? Pretty close to the top. Oh no, it's worse than I thought. It's a Windows 3.1 game.
Oh geez.
So,
that would be difficult.
That doesn't work very well on modern Windows because it's probably a 16-bit application. In fact, I could try to boot it right now and see what happens. Yep. This app can't run on your PC, which means it's almost certainly a 16-bit application, which does not work on modern Windows. Let me check the compatibility mode. Let's see if I can run it in compatibility for Windows 95. What happens? Nope, just a flat out no. So I would love to have something like that. Like basically the Windows games that don't run on modern systems, because like I said, DOSBox stuff is extremely easy to do. Oh man, here's another one from my childhood, Bananoid. Yeah, that doesn't work because it's a DOS program. I'd have to run that through DOSBox, but that's pretty easy to do. Avoid the Noid. Oh man, not to be confused with Yonoid on the NES. No, Yonoid is a different game. This is a game where you're the pizza delivery guy and you have to avoid the Noid because that's what Noids do. Is they ruin pizzas. I mean, I've got Dreamweb here, but Dreamweb is not actually great.
Yeah, I can only think of two games that I probably want on the service. Hexen would be nice if it's not already on there.
Yeah, but you can use
and
Doom source ports to play Hexen super easy.
yeah, but I mean, like, the whole point of this program is to put things on here to make it easy to establish them and just have them all in one service. So class Hexen would be right up my alley, and the original Prey I would want to see on there too, from like 2007,
Yeah, that's on
2006,
Steam.
something
That
like
still
that.
works, but yeah, I could
Okay.
see like in the future. Um,
Yeah, Heretic.
yeah,
Heretic as
there's
well.
just
That'd be a good one.
yeah. Um, I suspect they'll probably not focus on games that have like community maintained stuff because like you just download GZ Doom but you literally just load the Hexen or Heretic wads in there and it'll just run them perfectly. So they'll probably focus on stuff that doesn't have things like that on it. But yeah, man, what do we got here? Is this Castle of the Winds? I think it might be. Yeah, that's a DOS program. That's Castle of the Winds. So that's pretty easy to do. Oh, I know. Games that have manual-based copy protection. You know when they say, look in the manual, look for the symbol that's on page 10, or what's the first letter of the first sentence of page 5 or whatever? That kind of shit.
Whoa, never heard of that
That's like,
before.
oh, now I gotta... Oh, you never played any of those?
No.
No? Okay. Loom has one. Loom has. Do you remember those things where they would print like red line patterns on stuff, and you need like a red piece of glass or plastic to see through the red pattern? It was like for hiding stuff
Nope.
on a printed page. Loom has that in its manual, and the reason it's like that is if you try to photocopy it, the pattern comes out black and makes it completely impossible to read.
Interesting.
So
That's cool.
you get to a point and you have to use the little red piece of plastic that comes with the game to look through the obscuring pattern. And I'm not sure what happens if you try to photocopy it through a red piece of cellophane. That might work, but who knows? I would love to see games that have that kind of protection have that removed. Because it means that even if you pirate the game, you still got to then look up a PDF of the manual or something.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Weird.
But like beyond that, like just as a general answer, I'd say like everything. I would hate for anybody's work to not be preserved.
Absolutely. If they could port anything from PS3 that's stuck on there since Sony won't do it, that'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. All right. That was a cool letter. I thought that was a cool thing to talk about, and we're going to talk a little bit more about good old games later in the show. So thank you, Sim31, for your submission, sir.
Thank you.
All right, let's move forward to the Metacritic check-in. Got a bunch of things to check in on here. So first off, we've got Bionic Bay that's been updated, sitting at an 87 from critics and an 80 from users. So it's doing pretty damn well. I've added that to my my wish list. I want to play that. Tempopo is sitting at an 89. However, that is an early review score based on only 5 critic reviews, and it doesn't have a user score yet. So I would take that with a grain of salt. I did play Tempopo because it's on Game Pass. It is not at all what I thought it was going to be. It's like this, like it comes off as like this music rhythm game. It's nothing like that. So it's basically exactly the same as Humanity was. So you basically have a level, and there's a predetermined solution on it, and you have to lead those little pink things with the leaves coming out of their heads to the exit and collect all the flowers along the way. And you basically have to place signs to direct them.
That's an old game. The Humans. Oh, that goes way back.
No, Humanity. Humanity was what I was referring to. The Humans is definitely an older.
Are we thinking of a different game?
Yeah, Yeah.
Okay,
Humanity was the
let me
one where
look
you play
this
as the
up.
dog, and you have to lead the people to the portal. We brought it
Oh,
up on the
okay.
show
I was
before.
thinking of. Okay, I was thinking of the game that's kind of like Lemmings, and is like
I mean,
a
it's
yeah. Okay,
Lemmings-ish.
okay. Let me see. Do we have screenshots here? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me show you the game that I was thinking of. I'm just gonna drop a link for you. Let's see here. Studio chat. Boom. Whoa, are you okay there?
Yep, I'm good.
Things are
I had
kind
a
of
disconnect, but I'm good.
okay. All right. So I just dropped a link in there. You don't have to look at it right now, but that's what I'm talking
Okay.
about, or what I was thinking of.
Let me pull it up. It might jog my memory. Oh God, no. Never heard of that one. Oh, it's for Jaguar.
It was on a bunch of things. It was there's a DOS version. There's a Game Boy version. Really interesting. There's an Amiga version. There's a Super Nintendo version. You know,
Interesting.
there's a bunch of them. I had no idea that there was a Game Boy version. What does that look like? Oh,
Not good,
ooh.
I'm sure. Yeah.
That looks well. Yeah, it's a game that kind of relies pretty heavily on color for its art style because the characters are really tiny. Like, imagine trying to do
Mhm.
lemmings in 4 shades of gray. That'd be really hard to do because the lemmings
Yeah.
stand out most by you having like the green hair and the blue like onesie or whatever.
Bring back Lemmings. What a great game.
Yeah, please,
Um,
Rockstar, bring back lemmings.
yeah. Tempopo is okay though. It's very chill. It's very easy. Surprised it's at an 89. That's a little high, I think. But that's an
Mm.
early review score. I've talked about this next one before on the show a little bit. I'm not sure if we've mentioned it in Metacritic Check-In, but Mandragora, Whispers of the Witch Tree. It's like a side-scrolling Souls-like kind of game. Sitting at
Mm-hmm.
a 73 on critics, 82 from users though, and I'm kind of in the camp of the users, because I played the demo for it and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Uh,
Okay.
a lot of the reviews kind of basically say like, you know, it's a decent 2.5D Metroidvania action RPG, but it doesn't really do anything above and beyond. But from what I played, it was like super competent and like I don't know, man. I think it's one of those sleeper hits that people should check out. So I'd
Hmm.
recommend it. I'd recommend checking that out.
Okay.
The Lunar Remaster collection is out. It's sitting at an 81 from critics and an 84 from users. That game was
Utterly
recommended to me, and that's
unsurprising. People love those games.
yeah. I might give that one a shot. Hopefully, they put out a demo or it goes on like super sale or something like that. Um, so we'll
It's
see.
not in this version of the game, but in the original version of the game, the main character was voiced by Ashley Angel from O Town. Remember O Town?
O Town. Oh, good lord, showing our age again.
Yeah, one of
Damn.
those boy bands that came and went in the wake of the Backstreet Boys, but never really stuck around that long. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else came out this week. Post Trauma came out this week. That was the sort of an ode to the classic WrestleMania. Jeez. An ode to the classic Resident Evil style games. Sitting at a
That
70.
is a very weird flub. Like, I get where
Yeah,
it happened, but
WrestleMania.
those are two very different games.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
imagine if you had to wrestle zombies?
There's a game, Wrestle Zombies HD.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna make it now.
I mean, you do kind of
It'll
have
be
some
real.
pro wrestling moves in Dead Rising.
Yeah, yeah. You can do a German suplex in Dead Rising.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else came out this week. Steel Seed came out this week. That is also a Souls-like game, but it's not doing very well. It's sitting at a 66. Um, it's basically just a competent sci-fi action game that doesn't, again, do anything above and beyond its belt. so it just exists.
Meh.
So not looking too good for that one. This one I want to check out. I need to see some more footage of it. But Once Upon a Puppet came out this week. This is a side-scrolling, sort of. I don't know if it's a just a platformer or if it's a Metroidvania, but I think it's just a platformer though, almost like a Limbo, where you control a puppet, but you also control the marionette hand that controls the puppet, and there's a lot of like platforming and puzzle solving from doing that. So it's kind of cool. Sitting at a 70.
Oh yeah. I remember this one.
Yeah, looks kind of cool. Sitting at a 70 on Reddit, for critics and 75 from users. So pretty good. Doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Then we have I'd say probably the last one on here that I'll talk about for now is Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which is absolutely killing it. Sitting at a 92 from critics, and that's after 61 reviews. So it's good.
Yeah.
And an absolutely amazing 96 from users.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it, which is great.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to this. I know that it's either going to suck me in and I'm just going to be absorbed into it and I'm not going to play anything else, or I'm going to hate it. So I'm trying to put it off as much as I can until I play everything else, because that I have a feeling that game's gonna suck me in. It's gonna suck me in. Yeah, been waiting for Rock Game. The game looks so good. Yeah, can't wait.
We got to not make noises.
No, noises are bad.
Yeah. All
right. So that is your wrestling. Oh my god, why is wrestling on my brain right now? What is happening? What is actually occurring right now? I don't know. Man, that is your Metacritic check-in. Let's get into the news. And there's a lot of updates this week on, yep, you guessed it, Nintendo Switch 2. So let's get into some Switch 2 news here. First off, Switch 2 pre-orders have gone live in the US, and the price remains $449 US. But there are other changes, though. Accessories have gone up fairly significantly in some cases. The Pro controller is now $84.99. The Joy-Cons are now $94.99. The dock is now $120. So
fuck me, man.
Yeah, so some pretty beefy.
That's the most ridiculous one.
The dock.
Yeah, because it's just a pass-through with a fan in it.
Well, that we know of. Maybe there is something else in it. I don't. They haven't really said.
Well, it's not like it's going to have a coprocessor in there.
Yeah. It must. I don't know. I'm not technically inclined in that regard. So, and they're not very transparent when it comes to what the dock does in this case. But yeah, $120 for the damn fan, or the damn dock. Now, obviously, the system does come with its own dock. This is only an extra dock or a replacement dock, so the chances of you needing it, I'd say, are pretty low. I still have my original dock from my Switch 1, so that being said, though, this one has a fan in it, so higher chance of breaking over time. So that's pretty crazy. Pre-orders did not go too well, though. They haven't said that their demand has exceeded supply yet, but Nintendo did announce or warn U.S. customers that release date delivery is no longer guaranteed due to high demand, and in some cases, your order may actually just be flat out canceled if they can't meet demand.
I saw lots of stories of websites being too busy to respond for a lot of people. A lot of people in virtual lineups to get their pre-orders.
Yeah, virtual lineups to get their pre-orders.
Not in line opening day.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I had to do that to get my my PS5. I had to do virtual lineup.
Yeah, and for all those unique games that are available on it.
Yeah, I've gone on that rant before.
Yep.
Let's see what else have they changed here. So this news is kind of crazy. So news has come out of Japan that almost all physical third-party Switch 2 games in Japan are game key cards. And it looks like it's similar in the West. So it seems like the only games that will actually be on the card itself are going to be first-party games, and the rest are going to be game key cards or download codes. So I guess what they're saying is don't bother buying physical. don't bother. No point. Unless you want a box. If you want a box, I guess buy the game at the store. Otherwise, huge waste of time.
Completely pointless.
Yeah, super stupid.
Completely fucking pointless. A game key card. Fuck off.
Yeah. So that sucks. So this is in all likelihood, this is the last generation for Nintendo selling games in stores. Given that the Switch 1 was about a 10-year life cycle, if this thing lasts, 3/4 of that, I just don't see games being sold physically anymore in 7 years. I was convinced at earlier in this generation that we wouldn't have anything for the PS6 or that generation. So 7 years from now, no way. Yeah. Physical games are done. Especially if the backlash against these game key cards ends up being what I suspect will be pretty unanimous, that no one wants them. There's nobody wants them. Who wants to pay?
Yeah, and they'll use that as an excuse to not sell physical anymore. When it's like, no, it's not because we don't want physical. It's because we want physical, and this is not physical. This is just a fucking. This is just a fucking card with a download code written on it, but more fancy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think this is a stopgap measure between going physical or staying physical and then going digital completely. This is like the halfway in between. They're like, well, we'll do this for you for those that want to have a box. So, yeah.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about a box.
I mean, I like my collection on the being able to display it, but I don't want a game key card. Yeah, but that's because there's useless.
Actual shit in there.
Yeah, exactly. I can 6 years from now.
Otherwise, what are you doing? You're just buying a poster.
Yeah.
A small, tiny little poster.
It'll be interesting what happens when this comes out if the digital games are the same price as the physical games.
Oh, of course they will.
Like that's even more of a joke. Like, why shouldn't I be paying extra for a box? No, you're not charging me extra for the box, or are you just charging me for the box even though I'm not buying the box? Like, what is it? What's happening? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's really annoying. What else from Nintendo here?
Well, the theory is that the price savings from not having to manufacture or ship games would be passed on to the consumer. No. Most of the time, no.
They're just taking more profit.
Because they're like, no, they'll pay full price. Yep.
Yeah. Next one is Nintendo fans post fake Switch 2 auctions to flood eBay and drown out scalper listings. The article reads, Nintendo fans are clapping back at scalpers by creating fake listings for Switch 2 on auction sites, flooding the sites and making it more difficult for buyers to find scalper listings. Switch 2 pre-orders are popping up all over sites like eBay, offering the highly anticipated console for anything between $500 and $2,000. I don't know why you would sell it at $500. Isn't that like, why even bother at that point?
That's barely a profit. Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a profit with taxes, so that's really weird. While we've already seen U.S. and Nintendo fans unite in their frustrations about the pre-order delay and the preponderance of overpriced pre-orders on eBay to take scalpers down together, now we're within 40 days of the Switch 2's June 5th launch day. Scalpers can legitimately put their overpriced console listings as long as they stress the pre-order will ship within 40 business days of purchase. To make it more difficult, for those auctions to be seen, however, Nintendo fans are posting fake listings at retail prices or lower to push overpriced scalpers auction further and further down the page. For example, entitled Switch 2 Version 2 Video Games Console Pre-Order is asking for $450, which doesn't seem too bad at all, but reading the description, it says pre-order screenshot in the fine details. Please note you are ordering a picture of the Nintendo Switch 2. This list is to combat bots and scalpers. No refunds, no cancels. You will receive a PNG image of a Switch 2, not a console. You can usually tell which listings are from frustrated fans and which are real scalpers, as the listings selling screenshots rather than consoles have read description in the listing heading. Another $550 listing reads, I repeat, do not buy this unless you are a bot or just wish to donate $550 to me. I will be shipping a laser printed image of the Switch 2 Mario Kart World bundle, and that will be all you get. No refunds, no refunds, no refunds. You will not be refunded. You will be receiving the picture whether you like it or not. I'm just going to make this state again. There will be no refunds. You will be getting a laser printed image. That is all you will be getting. Oh, and one last thing. Did I mention no refunds?
At least they're using a laser printer.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but actually, though, it will ship after you order instead of after it releases. So you should be getting it before the Switch 2 release date.
Ooh.
There you go. So you can get a picture for $550 before the Switch 2 comes out. You'll be very happy. I think that's really funny. I just hope no one falls for it by accident, you know. But I do like it, though. Fight back, you know. Since Nintendo and Sony and Xbox don't seem to have a way to combat these idiots, I'll do what we can do. You know, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should put one up there and be like, yeah, this is a picture. Yeah, I'll ship you a picture. No problem at all. Maybe I can make a quick $550.
I like when people were. This used to be a thing that people do. Where they would just sell the box for the system, and they would say this is just the box for the system, but people would see the picture of the box and they would go, oh, there's an Xbox 360 in there, and they would buy like the box. I wonder if eBay cracked down on that, because I don't hear about people doing that anymore.
They did crack down on it. You have to have a description that states what is being sold, which is why these are allowed.
Yeah, well,
they specifically state
they would do that. They would say,
"Oh, really?
This is just the box," but people just wouldn't read.
Oh, well, I guess they don't care. I guess they allow it.
Yeah.
I guess buyer beware. Make sure you read before you spend hundreds of dollars on something on eBay. Maybe I will do. Maybe as an experiment, I'll put one up.
Will pay. There are people who will pay for the box because they're like collectors who want to have the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I should have sold my boxes, man. I just threw them out. God, I'm an idiot. All right. So that's it for Switch 2 stuff. So let's move on to probably the biggest news of the week, actually. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered Shadow dropped. Yeah.
It's out.
And it's doing very, very, very well. I specifically left it out of Metacritic,
of course it is.
So we could talk about it in the. I wouldn't say it's an automatic good. I mean, this remaster could have been botched. Don't you remember, like GTA Definitive Edition?
I don't mean that it's an automatic good. I mean that it's an automatic sale. People are just gonna buy it sight unseen, and I didn't, because I was like, but is this actually a remake, or is it just a graphical improvement? And it is more or less just a graphical improvement.
Yeah. So first off, Metacritic is sitting at a 90 with users at an 82. The 82 is simply because the game doesn't support mods yet. I'm sure they'll add that, though.
Well, getting the old mods to, like, this is a big part of the reason why I didn't buy it, is because, number one, I already own the game, and number two, the thousands and thousands of mods aren't going to be compatible with it because they've moved to a different engine. Well, I'm not going to pay full price for a game I already own that has like the biggest value add like stripped out of it.
Yeah. That being
obviously
said, though,
people are going to remake their mods and stuff, but like it's not worth it right now.
No. That being said, though, so I played like 5 minutes of the original Oblivion, the opening, and that's basically it. I did play Oblivion Remastered, so I played through the tutorial, going through the underground with the rats and the bandits, or not the bandits, the goblins,
assassins.
Yeah, no, it's goblins down there too. In the caves before you exit into the world.
So you haven't even gotten to Patrick Stewart yet?
Oh no, he's in like the first 2 seconds. You
Oh,
start.
okay. So
You,
okay. So
yeah,
you
you
have
start
to.
in the jail cell, and he's right there. I'm way past that. Yeah, I've gotten out of the jail cell, through the caves, and now I'm out into the world now. So I'm like an hour in.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, it is definitely way more beautiful than the original. It's gorgeous.
Well, yeah. That's not tremendously hard to do.
No, but this is not a remaster specifically, because like when I think of a remaster, I just think, hey, upscaled textures, better frame rate, uh, maybe some more crisper effects, something like that. This is not that. This is an entirely rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5. The foliage is there. Like it's gorgeous, man. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, there's no denying that it looks better. I mean, Oblivion was a really ugly game even when it came out. It was one of those games that laid on the bloom really, 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 really thick, like to the point that stuff was just blown out in a lot of places. The characters were the ugliest things I've ever seen. I don't know how they managed to be that hideous, but they look
they were
terrible.
Ugly. Yeah.
And that's not an in retrospect thing. People were saying, "Oh, they are hideous" on day one because they were.
Yeah, they were pretty ugly. The faces were brutal.
Yeah, they're just awful. But my issue with the game isn't really the graphics, because as long as it's fun, it's fun. My issue with the game has always been that the level scaling doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it was annoying.
That was a big part of the reason why I didn't like. I mean, I played a bunch of Oblivion. I tried to get the most I could out of it, but it never really hooked me, because like there's no point in leveling up for the most part. The enemies all get stronger with you. Yeah. And where's the sense of progression if the bandits that attack you outside the starting town have ebony armor and weapons? Like,
doesn't make any sense.
It just doesn't make any sense. If they have that, why are they robbing people? You could sell that stuff and live for the rest of your life on that money.
Yeah, so I can't speak to
it's ridiculous.
I can't speak to if the level scaling has been fixed. I know it's been tweaked. I don't know what that specifically means, though, so I'd have to play more in order to understand that. They did, however, make the combat feel much more like Skyrim, so it's a little bit more punchy. It's definitely superior to the original, and they've also completely changed. I wouldn't say completely changed, but they've redone the leveling system, like the leveling up system. It's much better. So this is not just a remaster. I did see that
they'd also tweaked the user interface. It still looks a lot like the old user interface. But they've tweaked it so that it's not like a bunch of incomprehensible symbols. It's great. It still uses a lot of the same styling, but it's a lot cleaner and a lot more legible. I hated the fucking interface in Oblivion so much.
Yeah, no, the inventory system, the map, everything is great. Which it's kind of shocking, honestly, because like I hated the Skyrim system. I hated it. I thought it was brutal. So I really like what they've done here. And it's really cool because you can bring up like
you mean scrolling through one long list of items?
Oh fuck. God, I hate that shit. Yeah, that was so stupid.
Yeah, that was bad.
They do the same thing in Starfield. It's so annoying. I'm like, why? I mean, it's a little better in Starfield, but it's still annoying as hell. It's like, fuck. Why? Why? We have so many good inventory systems in games. Why does this one? Why does their company have such a problem with that?
They had good inventory systems before. Morrowind is on a grid. It's so much faster to scroll through.
There
Just
you
put
go.
it on a grid, you fucks.
Yeah.
Morrowind also had the fucking leveling issue solved.
They, in the original Oblivion, all of the loot is randomized. It's still randomized in the remaster, but they've specifically put specific items in specific places now, so you can go get stuff in specific areas. It's not all randomized now. Right. So they've done a lot of tweaking. It's not like a 1-to-1 remaster. That's what I'm saying. Like it's somewhere halfway between a remaster and a remake. This is what I prefer from remasters. Honestly, if you're gonna do a remaster, don't just give me up-res textures. Do something like this. This is really cool. So yeah. I'm gonna continue to play Oblivion until I either get bored or It just or until I beat it. I don't know. I've never played it before. Playing it after Skyrim might be a problem, but we'll see. One thing I don't like about it right off the hop is the world seems very foresty. It's very just like lots of trees.
Yeah,
and I don't.
That was exactly the thing I was going to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
My first Elder Scrolls game was Morrowind, which has so many different types of environments in it, and it's just such a like. It feels like there's an entire planet there, and you're just on an island. You don't even get access to the entirety of the Morrowind province. You get access to like a third of it, and it feels more in depth and varied than any other Elder Scrolls game. So my expectations for Oblivion were sky high, and then when I played it, I was like, this is just like European countryside. When you go into the plains of Oblivion, the environments are massively different, which is okay, fine. It's like the demon world, sure, but why can't it be like crazy demon geography in the Oblivion gates, and then just varied Tamriel geography in Cyrodiil? Like, if you could do it with Morrowind, why didn't you do it here?
Yeah, they did it with Morrowind and they did it with Skyrim. So I don't know what happened with Oblivion.
Yeah, Skyrim definitely has more variety than Oblivion. It doesn't have as much as Morrowind. It's at least more than one type of environment.
Yeah, it's just a lot of hills and a lot of forest so far. So yeah,
also, the enemies in Oblivion, at least in Tamriel, aren't as interesting because you have all sorts of crazy ass creatures, like the giant like squid things in Morrowind. Like everything there is so alien and crazy. It feels like a fantasy kingdom, whereas in Oblivion, it feels like medieval Europe, except there's occasionally a troll or a goblin.
Right.
But like, what are the other enemies? People, bears.
A little bit more basic.
At least make it some kind of spectral bear. Give it a few extra eyes, or I don't know, something.
Yeah. So I'll have updates on that through the weeks to come. We'll see what I think of the game.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Ghost of Yotei. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Ghost of Yotei has a release date, October 2nd, 2025. Right. So stoked for that.
Okay.
That must be their big fall game for Sony. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at this point, after I saw this release date trailer, I'm officially media dark on this game, so I won't have any comments moving forward until the review. Yep. I don't need to see anything else. It looks like Ghost of Tsushima. Thing. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to be spoiled. I know I'm going to play this game, so I'm media dark now. I didn't even watch the full trailer, to be honest with you. I just kind of skimmed through it just to see if I don't know, just because I couldn't resist. But I skimmed through it and I was like, oh, that looks cool. Oh, okay, I'm done. So, yeah.
Finally, the PS5 will have a game.
Well, it'll have another game. Yeah, it's got, we got Returnal. That's about it. No, I'm kidding.
Until the PC version comes out a year and a half later.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Some new story.
Hey, I got nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no. Some new story tidbits came out of the game, though, which is kind of cool. It's nothing spoilery. It's just the setup for the game. So the trailer introduced the Yotei 6 gang members that the protagonist Atsu has sworn to hunt down. Why, we don't know. I'm sure they'll deal with that in the game.
Some sort of revenge thing.
The article's talking about a new gameplay mechanic here, so I'm going to skip over that piece of the article. I don't want to read that. Mm-hmm. In fact, there's a lot here that's kind of spoilery for me personally, so I'm going to skip out on a lot of that. But if you want to know more, check out the Ghost of Yotei release date trailer. But super excited for that game. All right. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Doing really well. Doing better than even we thought they were doing. So it debuted last month to become the best selling.
It's not hard to do better than we thought.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. it debuted last month to become the best-selling game in the U.S. for March 2025 in dollar sales. This is according to analytics from Circana, which is NDP. No, what do they call it? MPD Group or whatever. The consumer sales reporting company in the States. They report that Shadows has become the second best-selling game so far this year, trailing only Monster Hunter Wilds, which is at number 1, and just ahead of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is at number 3.
Oh,
which surprises me, actually. Yeah, very surprising that game's doing as well.
But in a good way. Good for them.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I hear a lot of good stuff about Kingdom Come Deliverance too. I wish I could get into that series, but I tried this is another series where I tried 6 times to get into the first game, and I was just like, no, this is a life game. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those games where it's like, this is gonna suck 500 hours out of my life, and I really need to get absorbed and invested in it, and I just don't. I don't have that kind of mindset anymore, so I can't do it. So
we're
that
adults.
is Assassin's Creed Shadows.
We don't actually have that kind of time.
No, I will play Assassin's Creed Shadows at some point, but once it comes down in price. PlayStation 5. They've brought back the 30th anniversary console themes. We talked about this a bit ago, but the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 themes are back on the PS5, so you can re-enable those due to overwhelming. Left. Yeah, I'm not sure why they left. Because they announced that they were going to bring them back before they exited. So I don't know. I don't understand what that was about. There must have been something in the background that they needed
it's not like when McDonald's says, "Hey, we're bringing back the McRib for a month or whatever." It gets people in the door to buy McRibs, but it's not like people are going to rush to buy a PS5 because it has a PS1 theme, especially if they know that the theme is going to go away. It's not like a McRib, right? So it seems really weird.
I don't think I've got this system update yet. It says it was supposed to go live yesterday, but I haven't got that update yet. Not that I'm aware of. Anyway. Oh, it may have done it overnight, and I'm just not aware of it. But yeah, so those are back. I will definitely be re-enabling probably my PlayStation 3 theme. I liked that one. Or I'll probably cycle through them because they're all good.
Yeah. I still can't get over how stupid the PS5 looks.
Yeah,
it's been years, and it still looks fucking dumb.
The Slim definitely looks better, but it's still
it looks better, but neither of them look good.
Yeah, you can see mine in the background.
I mean, the Xbox Series X is also kind of ugly. Like, it's just it just looks like an apartment building.
I like the Series X.
Most boring apartment building in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about the Series X is that at least it doesn't look stupid.
Yeah, no.
It looks bad and boring, but it doesn't look like, I don't cringe when I look at it. I just go, oh, that's pretty boring. This, I'm just like, God, why?
Yeah, it's very, especially the disc drive version. People always talk about it that it looks like it has a growth.
Yeah, some kind of tumor.
Yeah. I mean, it is a tumor. They're trying to cure it. They're trying to get rid of it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the digital version looks sick. If I could have got the digital version, I would have. But they made way less physical or way less digital editions than they did physical editions. So, however, that probably will not be the case next generation. It'll be the opposite. It'll be like 80% digital, 20% physical, probably. If it even has a physical edition at all.
Mm-hmm. If that.
Yeah. All right. This next one baffles me, but has me slightly excited. But it baffles me for multiple reasons. Frostpunk 1886 has been revealed. So if you know me, you know I love Frostpunk. And I still haven't played Frostpunk 2 because we're still waiting on the console version of the sequel. Frostpunk 1886 is a remake of the first one in Unreal Engine 5.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you going to hunt werewolves in this game?
No. Why? Oh,
Because the Order
the Order
1886.
1886. That's funny.
Are you going to fight really cold werewolves?
I don't know why they called it Frostpunk 1886. I don't know why they just didn't call it like Frostpunk Remake. It's kind of strange. I don't know why they're doing the remake at all. Like Frostpunk 1 came out in 2018. Why are they doing a remake?
Yeah.
And not only that, but they're also working on the Altars, which is not coming out yet, or not out yet. And then Frostpunk 2, they're still working on the console version. So like, why would you suddenly make a remake of the first game? It doesn't need to be done. It still can be played on modern consoles.
Do you think they farmed it out to somebody else or something?
Let me look. Well, it says the Polish developer is using Unreal Engine 5 for the project. Yeah. I don't know.
It's very bizarre.
I don't understand this at all. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it because I'm a huge fan of Frostpunk. But, I mean, if they release this in its full price, even for people who own the original, then I'm going to be like, what? What?
Yeah.
What is the point of this? So are you basically telling me that, you ripped me off? I played the original and now you're giving me like a, I don't know. It's very strange. I don't understand. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I do really want to play Frostpunk 2, so hopefully that comes out before this remake. I really want to play the second one. Speaking of sequels, Subnautica 2 had an update finally, including this screenshot from the game, which looks freaking gorgeous. Subnautica 2 will be released in early access this year. No specific release date yet still, unfortunately, but it's coming to PC, Steam, Epic Game Store, and Game Pass, including Xbox Series. So that means I'll be able to play it instantly. I cannot explain to you the excitement that I have for this game. I can't. It speaks to me on so many levels, and the fact that it's co-op is like, oh buddy, can't wait to play this game. My big question for myself though is, am I going to wait until it's fully complete, or am I going to play the early access? I feel like I'm probably going to jump into the early access just to toy around a bit, and then be like, all right, I got my fill. I'll wait for it to be done.
Yep.
But I just hope it doesn't take 6 years or 8 years like Valheim is taking. All right, what else we got here? FBC Firebreak, which is Remedy's first multiplayer game, has a release date. This is the game that's based in the... I guess they're all based in the same universe now, all their games. The Control and Alan Wake and now FBC Firebreak, they're all kind of in the same universe. Set for June 17th. Previously, I wasn't excited for this because I thought it was a PvP or a PvPvE game, but it's not. It is a session-based PvE game.
So like
co-op.
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead or Helldivers, yeah, that kind of stuff. So my interest is now...
That mediocre Aliens game.
Hey, now. Wait. Mediocre Aliens? Oh, Fireteam Elite?
Yeah, Alien Fireteam, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't a great game. Very mediocre. But yeah, the game features replayable missions known as jobs, each with different challenges, objectives, and environments that require teamwork and adaptability. It's going to be available on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus game catalog. Cool. So that's cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
What would you think if it turned out that Max Payne was set in the same universe as well, and that's why he can do slow motion? It's not just a thing for the player. It's like a thing Max can actually do.
I guarantee you that's what they're going to do. I guarantee it. It's inevitable. Absolutely inevitable. Those Max Payne remakes, they're going to add something in there that
probably
that does that for sure. I'm a little surprised that they just didn't do like a reboot of Max Payne rather than the remakes, but maybe that's what they really are, or like full remakes.
Well, yeah, My question is like, if you did like a complete reboot, wouldn't you have to record all new dialogue because
Oh
you
yeah.
would be changing stuff for the story? And the actor who played Max Payne, James McCaffrey, I believe is his name. He's dead.
Yeah, but I mean the guy who is Max Payne's face is in Alan Wake, so he could just
Yeah,
voice
yeah,
him.
yeah. But it's not about the face. Like, who the hell are you going to get to do that voice? Like, how could you possibly do Max Payne without that voice?
It's good. It's a good question. I mean, maybe he can do a good impression. I don't know. I guess we'll find out because they haven't really said anything about the remix in a long time. Those games are taking time. All right. We talked a little bit about this earlier, but the Good Old Games preservation program has been updated once again to include new games. Breath of Fire 4, which we talked about. Ultima Underworld 1 and 2. Ultima 9.
Ultima Underworld 2 is worth playing. Underworld 1, not so much, but Underworld 2 is at least worth trying. Because that's where the System Shock tech went. And it's a little bit cleaner than the original System Shock.
What about Ultima 9?
Oh, and I see they also have Ultima 7 there, and Diablo. God, I love Diablo. Ultima 9 is not really worth playing.
What about
I'm glad it's there.
Worlds of Ultima?
Oh, the Worlds of Adventure games?
It just says the Savage Empire, Worlds of Ultima.
Savage Empire and Martian Dreams are both really good.
Yeah, they're on there as well.
They are spin-offs of Ultima 6, but they have sort of like pulp sci-fi fantasy things. I really like them. I actually, if anybody has read The Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury, you owe it to yourself to play Ultima Worlds of Adventure 2 Martian Dreams. That's a mouthful of a title. Because I guarantee somebody on that development team had also read Bradbury, because there is a lot of shit in there that is very Ray Bradbury-esque. Also, a lot of shit that's if you've ever read the Edgar Rice Burroughs Barsoom stories, the John Carter of Mars stories, there's clearly a lot of influence there as well.
Fair.
So yeah, I like those games. I like those games a lot. But Ultima 9 is a game that had a very unfortunate and troubled development, and it really fucking shows.
Gotcha. Also added to the preservation program is Worms Armageddon. Great game. Robin Hood, The Legend of Sherwood. I don't know what that one is.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one. I've never played it.
Gotcha. Realms of the Haunting.
That's an interesting. Yeah.
Tex Murphy, Under a Killing Moon. Don't know that one either.
Oh yeah, that's like it's a detective game. It's a mystery solving game.
Cool.
So maybe you should check it out.
Maybe I should. And Stonekeep has also been added.
Oh, there's another one, Dungeon Keeper. Do they have Dungeon Keeper on there? They should.
Yes.
I think they have it on GOG. Is it in the preservation program?
I mean, it works. It works already, so I assume so. Yeah, because I own both Dungeon Keeper and Dungeon Keeper 2 on Good Old Games. So, yeah, I love Dungeon Keeper 2.
I tried to so you know how these days they've got it so that you can even do emulation in a browser, because they've got like web front ends for like DOSBox and stuff. Man, I tried to play Dungeon Keeper again through one of those, and it was rough. Real fucking slow.
Yeah,
it is real slow.
Yeah.
Oh, they got Alpha Protocol. They got Empire Earth. Yeah, they got Fallout. Let's see. Just trying to make out some of these others. Heroes of Might and Magic.
Secret of Monkey Island.
Monkey Island, yeah.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Yeah.
The Witcher 1.
Well, I don't
The Witcher 2 is in there too, it looks like.
Again. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. They've got Resident Evil 3 in there twice. You can see it at the top left corner, and it's slightly.
That's funny.
They've also got Resident Evil 2 there, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure I could just look up a list of this, but it's fun to look at the pictures. Yeah, there's a decent selection in there.
SimCity 2000, man. I
What about the
spent a
Dig?
lot on that.
God, I love SimCity 2000. Get the Dig in there. Get Beneath the Steel Sky. Get fucking.
I think Beneath the Steel Sky is in there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Do they have Full Throttle in there? I'm sure that they have it on GOG.
I mean, they've remade the game, and you can play it in the classic mode. So.
Oh yeah, okay. So you got that. All right.
Yeah.
I guess all the other Sim games like Sim Earth, Sim Ant, Sim Copter. God,
yeah,
I would love to play Sim Copter again. That game does not play nice with Windows 10. Although there is a user-made patch out there that I have yet to actually try because I need to get my hands on a copy of the game again. I have a disc somewhere, but fuck if I know where it is.
Yeah. All right. One more piece of news. This one's bizarre. I just don't understand what's going on with this. So PlayStation Plus is getting a huge downgrade, even though the price recently went up.
Yeah.
So as of May 20th, they are removing 22 games from the service.
Jesus.
And two of them are actually more than two of them are first party. So
that's such a stupid thing to do.
It doesn't make any sense. So here's the list. GTA 5 leaving once again. Sure, it'll be back at some point.
Yeah, like there's anybody who doesn't already own GTA 5.
So weird. MotoGP 24. The Sims 4. Walkabout Mini Golf. Synth Riders, Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord. Not sure which one that is. Not sure if that's the bad one or the good one. There was one good Ghostbusters game and then one really bad one.
Yeah, that was like 15 years ago. That was like a 360 title.
No. They made like a modern top-down Ghostbusters game with like not characters from the movies. It was really bad. Before Your Eyes, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners 1 and 2. Those are the VR games. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, Stranded Alien Dawn, The Lego Movie 2, Ghost Runner, Payday 2, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Journey to the Savage Planet.
That's a great game.
Mm-hmm.
Full disclosure, I was a Kickstarter backer on Bloodstained.
There you go. Portal Knights, Enter the Gungeon, Batman Arkham Knight, and then 3 first-party titles. Resistance 1, Resistance 2, and Infamous Second Son.
Why would you get rid of those? You don't have to renegotiate.
It makes absolutely no sense. My only theory is that they're going to be doing a remaster of Resistance, like a trilogy, like do Resistance 1, 2, and 3 remade or something. And maybe they're going to do the same thing for Infamous Second Son. I don't know. It's very odd, though.
I mean, they do own Bluepoint, so...
Yeah. All 3 of those, though, are Insomniac games, which is interesting. Oh, no, wait. No, Infamous was Sucker Punch.
Yes.
Yeah. So weird. Very weird. So full disclosure, I canceled my PlayStation Plus subscription. Once they told me that they were raising the price, I was like, no, I'm not. I mean, the service is not worth it anymore. It's just not. You guys have failed to compete with Game Pass. Game Pass is still so much better in every way. I mean, just this week I got freaking Oblivion and Expedition 33, and then Towerborn's next week. And 60 other games that I'm looking forward to are coming out. Subnautica 2.
You are rich with new titles.
Oh, yeah.
Not just old stuff. New titles.
Exactly. Yeah. And they add like 10 games a month. Minimum. It's crazy. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the news. And you know what that means. It's time to play Screenshot Scope. So let's guess the game, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Starting with, drumroll please. Whatever this is.
There is a readable texture there.
It says fair P something to Moscow, maybe?
Moscow again, I guess. Yeah.
Something to Moscow, and then it's like 4,599 miles. That's just very fucking far.
Yeah.
Textures
Not
look
sure
really
what that
old.
is right away. Yeah, I'm thinking this is like a early to mid 2000s PC game or something.
You can see the top of the Kremlin building at the bottom there. I have no thought at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know if that's UI. No, that looks like another signboard in the bottom left.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or a door. I don't know. It's tough to call. Skip.
Yeah. It looks like fidelity wise, it looks kind of like Fear, or maybe Project Snowblind or something.
I think it might be the Darkness.
Fucking anybody remembers Project Snow? Oh, maybe you do have like the little black coils coming out there. Maybe.
Yeah, I thought the Darkness had more of a cel-shaded art style, though.
The Darkness 2 does.
Okay.
The Darkness 1 does not.
Let's try the Darkness.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
I'm in the right gen, though.
But it is... Yeah, you're in the right era. God, the Darkness is such a good fucking game.
Mm-hmm. This doesn't look familiar.
It's way better than the comic it's based on.
Yeah, the comic, I don't know how it got a game at all, to be honest with you.
The comic is not... I mean, it's okay in places here and there, but like it's not as good as like Witchblade.
You know what? You might be right. This might be Fear. I see it. There's a crosshair right here.
Yeah, well, try Fear.
I don't think it's Fear 1, though. I've played that game.
Maybe Fear 2?
Yeah, I've played Fear 1 a trillion times, so that I've never seen a room with 1,000 monitors in it. Let's try Fear 2. Oh, it is a Fear game, though, so it's gotta be Fear 3.
Fear 3, then. Yep.
Yeah!
Fifth 3er, God. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, Fear 3 wasn't great. Fear 1 was the best one for sure.
Yeah, that was the co-op one, right?
I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Fear 1 and 2 I remember. Fear 3 I just remember not being good. This looks like it's from the multiplayer.
I only played the demo for Fear 2, and I was like...
It's not
the problem with those games is that so many of the scares require you to be looking in a particular direction, and because I was always like checking my corners and checking behind me, I got so many times where like the stinger, like, you know, the jump scare noise
played,
happened,
but you didn't see
like,
anything.
Yeah, and then I turn around and I was like, did something happen in this direction? And then I'd look up online and it'd be like, oh yeah, a scary thing went down the hall there. I was like, oh, sorry. I was making sure that no one was coming up behind me, because this is a scary game where people would come up behind you.
Do you think they would have
made it? And then it happened like 5 times.
Do you think they would have made it better if they had forced your viewpoint to what was happening if you weren't looking at it?
Well, the problem then is that you'd know a scare was coming.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, they've taken control of my camera. They want me to look at something specific.
They have to do it real quick.
No.
They'd have to be like, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it scaring the absolute shit out of me when I climbed down the ladder in Fear 1. Remember that one?
Yeah.
You climb down the ladder, but you look down to do it, and then you look back up and she's staring right at you. Fucking freaky.
Yeah, when you were looking in the right direction for what they wanted, yeah, some of those could get you pretty good. But even then, like, the thing about jump scares is that if that's what you rely on, then eventually people are going to get numb to them, because it's going to be like, yep, no, I'm going to see Alma soon. No, there's going to be a pool of blood somewhere. Oh no.
The opening of that game,
I'm going to see
amazing.
Yeah.
Number 2.
That's why Eternal Darkness was so effective, because it fucked with you, the player, specifically.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before, but like
Great
the
game.
erasing your save data hallucination, God, that's fucking great.
I think this is.
As for this,
I think it's Near Automata or Automata, whatever that's called.
It doesn't look good enough.
I mean, it could be
but
really
you
zoomed
can try
in.
it.
Yeah.
It could be really zoomed in.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, it's Ikaruga.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I know that fucking UI anywhere.
Yeah, I'm surprised they showed the UI that early. That's not normally something they do.
Yeah, that's because that's a kind of a dead giveaway.
Yeah. Number 3.
Mm.
This looks very familiar.
This looks familiar. Yeah. Oh, what is it?
Oh, it could. I think it might be Prey, the new Prey.
It could be.
I was getting Soma vibes, but I don't think it. Soma doesn't look as this good. I think it's Prey.
Yeah, the lighting is really nice.
Yeah. The new Prey. Nope. 76.
No.
Oh, this looks so familiar still, though.
Yeah. Fuck, what is this?
There's a lot of games that I've played that are space games, and this might be Tacoma.
It wouldn't be Alien Isolation because that would be higher than a 76.
Yeah, I think it would be higher than a 76 for sure. Yeah, it could be Tacoma.
God, this
was the other one that I played.
This looks a lot like Sulaco, except with like modern graphics instead of Doom style graphics.
Yeah.
It also kind of looks like, well, I don't think there's an area in Dead Space that's this clean, but like if it like this kind of almost looks like what Dead Space might look like before everything was covered in blood.
Yeah. It also could be Fort Solis, which is pretty new. I'm leaning more towards Fort Solis because this looks gorgeous on that screenshot. This one doesn't look as good, but it could just be zoomed in. I love space games, so it's not in here. Okay, so it's not Fort Solis.
Well, it's not that.
Let's try Tacoma. Yay!
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, not a great game. It's okay. It's a walking simulator. You're basically just investigating like a space station that everyone's disappeared in, and you're watching logs and solving puzzles and stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, the problem with those is that there's rarely like a novel like mystery. It's like, well, either an alien life form got on board and killed them, or they fucking went insane and they killed each other, or they got like ascended to a new existence because of some shit they found.
Yeah. I like games that have a little bit more like gameplay rather than just walking simulators. Like I like I just blanked on another space. Observation is a great game. I've talked about it before. It's the one where you play as the AI on the space station and you're helping the human figure out what happened. Number 4.
Arma 3?
I was going to say it's either Arma 3 or Brothers in Arms.
Let's try Arma 3. There's just something about that rendering that looks Arma 3-ish to me.
No. Yeah, it's Brothers in Arms. There's a World War II helmet there. The question is which one. I'll say Hell's Highway, but yeah, I'm good.
There you go. All right, good call.
Hell's Highway is the best one. I love that game. It's so good. I miss that series, man. And then they made Borderlands, and they were like, well, fuck this game. We're going to make Borderlands now.
Yeah.
And then they got the Alien license, and then Great game, though.
Yeah, they fucked that up.
Yeah. Number 5. Pretty basic.
Loving what we've got to work with here.
Yeah.
I got nothing from this. There's some kind of chromatic aberration effect going on, because you can see there's some red-blue separation and everything's kind of blurry around the edges. But beyond that, I can't tell you anything about this.
That art style could be... No, it can't be that. It could be Deathloop. It has a very similar art style to this, but without seeing more, I don't have.
Part of me was almost like The Long Dark, but I don't remember The Long Dark ever
No.
having a chromatic aberration effect in it.
Oh, it's not rated on Metacritic.
Oh.
That's weird.
Well, we're looking at something that's got like stealth. Could it be an Alien versus Predator game? Or is that water we're looking at?
It's kind of hard to tell. I think it might be you're looking at this room through glass or something. Because I can see like reflections. Although it might be below the grate though.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if it's what was that game called? Was it Rogue? It was like start with an R. I don't know though. I have a skip option for this one because I don't have enough info.
Yeah, there's some UI there as well, but I don't know what it is.
No, me either.
Yeah, let's go ahead and skip. Okay.
That looks familiar.
Original platform piece. Yeah. I was almost kind of leaning towards like Deus Ex Invisible War, but I don't remember that in being an Invisible War at any point.
Why is there a dollar amount?
Try it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a better guess yet. It looks familiar, though. Oh, horror survival. I know it's not Alien Isolation, though.
No, it's definitely not.
This might be a game we haven't heard of. This might be just some indie.
Yeah. I don't know this. I don't recognize this. I've never seen this thing in my life. Sure.
Oh, 2025 early access.
Oh, it's super recent. And okay.
So that's why it doesn't have a Metacritic score. It's not out yet.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's so much shit in early access. It's something I've never heard of. I feel like if I'd seen a game where there was a skeleton with two skulls, I would definitely recognize it. So I don't think it's something I've ever seen before. Man, they shouldn't be able to put shit that's in early access in here.
Yeah, that's a ripoff.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, this is bullshit. How are we supposed to know what this is? It's not even out yet.
I'm just trying to think of like, I don't know. The only one game I can't think of anything, so I'm just gonna put White Knuckle if it's in here. No, it's not. It's got money. So it's like you're stealing things. I bet you all know the name of this game once I hear it. I'm on YouTube a lot.
I guarantee I won't.
All right, I'm gonna skip it, but I just. Oh no, I've never heard of that one. Repo. Interesting.
Okay. I've only ever seen that as a banner on Steam. I have no idea what kind of game it is or anything like that.
Well, it looks
it's
like
the one that has like the cry laugh emoji, but it's like horribly like corrupted and diseased and sickly looking.
It looks like
I have no idea what kind of game that is.
It looks like a co-op or a PvP heist game, from what I can tell.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Number 6. Is that Eternal Darkness?
Torches and barrels? I don't think I've ever seen those in Eternal Darkness, but you can always try it. I don't think it is, but who knows? Holy shit! Nicely done, man. Let's see what that screenshot was. So let's show. What the fuck?
I've played that game like 7,000 times. I don't know.
I've played it a bunch of times as well. I don't remember ever seeing those torches like that. What the fuck? What else would they have had?
Yeah, they had them there too. This was in the temple. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, keep going.
I mean, that would have gave it
away. Okay, that I would have seen, and I would have been like, yeah, okay,
well, it depends on what they showed. They could have just showed like this.
Dude, I would recognize anything from that fucking room.
Yeah.
You go there like a million times to put shit in the book. Yeah.
Great game. I can't believe I got that.
Can you go and can you click on the other numbers and see what the screenshots? Yeah, okay, let's go to the next one.
Oh God.
Well, that would have been the easiest thing in the world. GameCube, and it just shows Alex. Come on.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's super easy. I can't believe you got on the first one though. That's really good.
Yeah. Oh, Undertale. Right?
I don't know. I've never played Undertale. You can try saying Undertale.
Oh, it's not.
Try Minute. MINIT.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Good call. Yeah.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah. Boom. There it is. Oh, there it is. Man, we're pretty good at this. Let me tell you, we're pretty good at this. I don't know if we should be proud of that or not though. This means we've played like every game. What the hell is this? This is the worst screenshot we've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the worst.
Some semen on a blue wall.
Specimen stain. Well, it's a cloud. It's clearly a cloud.
Is it? It could just be a splatter of white paint on a wall.
It's not. It could be anything. It could be absolutely fucking anything. Skip. There's nothing. No,
you know what? I'm gonna put Duck Hunt in there just to fuck with it. Okay,
no way. No, Duck Hunt doesn't have clouds that high res. This isn't helpful either. Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Okay, now we've got some UI.
I was gonna say Okami, but I don't think so.
No.
That looks like a cursor or like a crosshair.
Sure, it's a Wii game. It's got pointer stuff.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even see that. Yeah, I'm not going to know what this is.
Yeah.
This could be any shovelware ever.
It could be. I just need to see some UI that I'd recognize, but also I never owned a Wii, so... Well, maybe. Sure. Oh, come on. Fuck
no,
me, dude.
No idea.
I don't know. No idea.
Oh, it's a Rabbids game.
Oh, well, there you go.
Which one, though? I have no clue. There's like 100,000. Nope. Oh, it's not a Rabbids game.
Well, go on. Hold on. What if it's Rayman Raving Rabbids? Because they were originally a Rayman thing before they spun off into their own game.
Well, this looks like a shooter.
I guess I would say try Rayman Raving Rabbids.
Oh, which one?
I would just go with the top one. That's my best guess.
It was Rabbids Go Home. That's bullshit.
So fucking that's
bullshit.
That's bullshit because we guessed a Rabbids game and it didn't say it was part of the Rabbids franchise, even though it clearly was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was horseshit.
That was baloney on a stick. Oh, State of Decay.
I was kind of thinking State of Decay, but I think it might be State of Decay 2.
Okay.
Because I don't remember State of Decay 1 looking this good. Oh, okay. Christmas trees. Okay, so it's a game that takes place around that time of year. So what do we know of that kind of looks like that?
It's kind of pretty, so it must be pretty new.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could be one of the Don't Nod games.
Maybe. What game takes place around Christmas and is somewhat recent?
Oh, what was that game I was playing with the little girl taking pictures? Lost Tape or something like that? Lost Records? Lost Record? Maybe it's just not in there. Yeah, my vote is to skip. I don't have anything. I would guess that game if I could figure out what the name of it was. No, it's not that game. Oh,
all right, so it is recent.
Oh, it's Life is Strange 2.
Oh, well, there you go.
I knew it was a Don't Nod game. I just couldn't nail which one. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I never played I never beat this one. It was a little too depressing for me, which is saying something because there are a lot of depressing series of games. You play as the sons of this guy, and this guy ends up getting shot accidentally, and then you like run away from home, and like wasn't for me.
This looks kind of familiar, but it's also very dark. But it's also not dark enough to be like distinctly dark.
Could be Soma. Could be Beyond Good and Evil.
No, it looks way better than Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, let's try Soma.
This doesn't look like a GameCube game.
Wow, 90%.
So some kind of bus station, train station, or something.
I think it's Dead Space 2.
All right, go for it. Nicely done, sir.
Yeah. I recently replayed that game after playing the remake of Dead Space 1 because I was like, man, I don't really remember Dead Space 2 all that much. And I replayed it and I was like, man, this game's it might be better than the first game. It's really good.
Mm.
I love Dead Space 1 though, so it's really hard for me. I think nostalgia is probably blocking me a little bit on saying that it's better than the first one, but man, it's great. Third one on the other hand,
not getting anything from this one.
Could be a handful of games. It takes place in a city. Looks like that's a palm tree. So it's like Florida. Is it Vice City?
No, it looks too good.
Could be the definitive edition.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I think that's just a sign. I don't think it's an actual tree.
There's a sign there.
Yeah.
Well, there's a sign. We're seeing the back of a sign, and there's a tree there, whether it's a real tree or like a prop tree. I have no idea. It almost kind of looks like it might be the back of some kind of like welcome to Las Vegas kind of sign, but I don't know.
Oh, or like a movie set.
Yeah.
Mafia? I don't know where
probably a little more recent than Mafia. My thought is it's probably one of those type of games though, like Mafia or True Crime or
let's just say Mafia 2 as a guess.
Yeah.
See if it's from that series. No. 86 though. Wow, that doesn't help me at all.
Probably not True Crime Streets of LA then.
Yeah, not with that cartoon character kind of looking guy there. What was the other series I said? Yeah, it wouldn't be Vice City. Not with this art style now. 86% though. Is it a Saints Row game? Maybe? I didn't play any of them.
Maybe.
Let's try Saints Row 3. I don't know.
It's not going to be 3.
Why?
Saints Row 3 is called Saints Row the Third. But no, because that doesn't look colorful enough to be Saints Row 3.
I'll try 2 then.
Not even close. Maybe.
Nope, not a Saints Row game.
Nope.
PS3, 360, PC. Got a cop here.
Correct era, though.
Yeah, UFE. Don't know what that says. Blood splatter. A cop.
Could it be Sleeping Dogs?
Not with this guy. And there wasn't really a whole lot of blood in that game. PS3, 360.
I don't think I've played this one because I'm pretty sure I would recognize that patch on the guy's shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a pretty distinctive image. If I'd ever seen that before, I'm sure I would remember it.
I'll try Sleeping Dogs. I don't think it's Sleeping Dogs, though. No. Oh,
Max Payne 3.
Yeah.
It was pretty straightforward.
I didn't really play the third one.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because Remedy didn't make that one. Rockstar did.
Okay. Interesting.
Foliage again.
Yeah, but at least we got an art style though. It's definitely like
yeah,
cel shaded anime almost. It's not Eternal Sonata. I think it's in that era though. It could be a Tales game.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be. I don't know.
Tales is a huge series.
Maybe.
Let's just try just a random Tales game. What's like a PS3, PS4 gen Tales game?
Fucking, I don't know. I only really played them on the GameCube and PS2. Tales of Vesperia, I guess.
Nope.
Oh, it would have gotten a way higher score if it was.
Yeah, it's not helpful at all.
This looks considerably lower fidelity than what we just saw.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. It's definitely an anime game, though. I'm 90% confident. It's an anime game.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's not an anime game. PS2.
Okay, we have a character. PS2, okay. That looks like a guy with bull horns.
Yeah.
And like a skull for a head. But very cartoony.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything on this one.
I have no idea.
Oh, it's an RPG.
Oh my god.
There was a lot of RPGs on PS2.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not from the Tales series. Give me anything.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything.
I have no idea. Okay.
Not ringing a single bell. That art style.
I've definitely never played this.
No, me either.
And they're giving you like everything there.
Yeah. We should know it by now. I don't think we're gonna get it. Skip.
Sure.
Never even heard of that developer.
Would this be like? No, it's not going to be a Digimon game. I almost feel like I've seen that character before with the spiky red hair, but like also that's a style that's used for a lot of characters in games.
Yeah.
Like it almost kind of like looks like Neku from The World Ends With You.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not going to get this one. I'm a white flag on this one.
Yeah, I don't know either.
No idea.
Oh, Kage. All right.
Don't know it.
I've heard the name before, but I never played it. Don't know anything about it. It's just like a game that I saw on the shelf once.
Okay, we got to go off on a win. Let's see. Oh
yeah.
This might be Tinykin, or It Takes Two.
Okay.
Getting vibes from both of those. It Takes Two got higher than 81, so I'm not right on those. I'm not right on my second guess.
I don't have anything to contribute to this one. I don't know what this could be.
I'll guess It Takes Two, just in case, but I don't think it's going to be.
Sure.
Oh, PC.
Still have no idea.
Could be the original Little Nightmares, I guess.
Again, nothing. I got nothing for you here.
Oh, Pedestrian? A Pedestrian?
Oh, I've never heard of this.
Yeah, you have to like put together the level and then go through it. You have to like move the pieces around. It's okay. It's not great though.
Yeah, I've never heard of this game before.
Yeah, so you like rearrange the level in order to get your stick character.
It looks kind of neat.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. The gimmick wears off very quickly though.
Yeah.
All right, we'll end it there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Press Pause, a gaming podcast, episode 42. If you want to reach me, I'm on BlueSky at TJ-Leah.
And I am there at Ninjas.
If you want to email us, you can do so at co.up.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will be back next week with more gaming news, more impressions, more screenshot scope, which I just love playing. I could play that all day long, to be honest with you. It's so fun. Yeah, until then, we'll see you next week with new graphics. Graphics. Now get back to gaming.
We out.